Good morning. We're going to go ahead and do the review for test 1 for algebraic reasoning. The first part is evaluation composition. So these are my functions. F of x equals x squared plus 3 plus 2. G of x equals negative 3x minus 2. The first one says find f of 2. So you're saying that x is equal to 2. And let's just set it up. So for the first one, I have 2 squared plus 3 times 2 plus 2. I'm going to substitute, and then I'm going to simplify with PEMDAS. 4 plus 6 plus 2 equals 12. So f of 2 equals 12. Number 2, find f of negative 3. So x equals negative 3. Negative 3 squared plus 3 times negative 3 plus 2. So simplify. It's missing an L. And you're going to simplify with PEMDAS. Okay, negative 3 squared. This is negative 3 times negative 3. I get 9. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And bring down the 2. 0 plus 2 equals 2. F of negative 3 equals 2. Number 3 is going to be f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 2. G of x is going to be negative 3x minus 2. This notation also means that you have g of x embedded or becomes the input of x. So whatever this whole thing is, it's going to become every single x. Okay, so f of g of x equals negative 3x minus 2 squared plus 3 times negative 3x minus 2 plus 2. Let's expand this. Negative 3x minus 2. Negative 3x minus 2. And then we bring this down. Plus 3 times negative 3x minus 2 plus 2. Okay, we're going to FOIL. So I'm going to have 9x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 4. And then I'm going to distribute right here. Minus 9x minus 6 plus 2. We're going to simplify. So I have 9x squared. This is going to be 12x minus 9 is going to be plus 3x. Then I have 4 minus 6, that's negative 2 plus 2. This is my solution. Okay, here's number 4. This is g of f of x. So f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 2. G of x equals negative 3x minus 2. And then we're going to say that that's the same thing as g embedded, or f of x goes into g. So all of this goes right here. So I'm going to say that I have g of f of x equals negative 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 2 minus 2. I distribute equals negative 3x squared minus 9x minus 6 minus 2 equals negative 3x squared minus 9 minus 8. So that is my solution. Okay, so now we have GCF and factoring. Factoring, you want to do the AC method. GCF, you just kind of have to read the instructions. Let's make sure we read the instructions. So I say, find the GCF of 5x squared y plus 35y. So if I rewrite this, I have 5x squared y plus 35y. And I'm just going to expand this. So it's 5 times 1 times x times y plus 5 times 7 times y. And I just kind of want to take out my GCF and see what I have left. So I have a 5 here and a 5 here. I have an x. So the only thing I can take out is a 5. Oh, and I have a y and a y. So the y's go away. Okay, I'm left with x times x plus 7. 5y equals x squared plus 7. That is my factored solution. Okay, we have number 6 here. It says, find the GCF of negative 15x squared z plus 14xyz. So this is all multiplication. So let's write this out. I have negative 15x squared z plus 14xyz. I'm going to factor the first one, so I get negative 1 times 3 times 5 times x times z plus let's see, this is going to be 2 times 7 times x times y times z. Okay, so this one is tricky because the first thing you for sure have to factor out is going to be a negative 1. So when you factor out a negative 1, you're going to get a sign change. Right, so let's factor that out. I have a negative 1 for sure. None of the numbers factor out, but I do have variables. So I have an x here, and I have a z here, and a z here. Let me do that in a different color. I have an x, a z, an x, and a z. I have x, a z, so those go away. And then I factored out, so it's going to change my sign. So that was positive, so it becomes negative, because I'm factoring out a negative 1. I'm left with 15x, because I took out negative 1xz. I'm left with 14y. So if I simplify this, xz times 15x minus 14y. That's my solution. Oh, a negative. Okay, this says to find the root. So it says to find the roots, you're saying that x is going to equal some number. So we're looking for what x equals some number. Okay. Let's start with the AC method. So we know a equals 2, b equals 5, c equals negative 12. So we go AC equals 2 times negative 12 equals negative 24. And then we need to build the b, which is 5. We know the center term is positive, so it's going to be 2 and 6, positive, negative, and then, oh no, it's 4 and 6 equals negative 1. So then it's going to be 8 and negative 3, so that equals 5. So now we're going to go ahead and break up the middle term. So I have 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12 equals 0. We're going to want to make our groups. 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12. And then, so it's group, it's AC group factor new groups. Remember, factors are the groups, okay? We take out the GCF here. It's a factor of my GCF. I get a 2 and an x, so I'm left with x plus 4. I take out a -3 here because I need that to be positive. So -3, and I get x plus 4. So that's my first group. So I say x plus 4. And then whatever's left over, my GCFs, makes up my new group, 2x minus 3 equals 0. And then it says that it wants the roots. So what you're going to do from here is you're now going to say that you have x plus 4 equals 0, 2x minus 3 equals 0. And then you're going to solve for x. So minus 4, x equals -4. That's one solution. Plus 3, 2x equals 3. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 3 over 2. That's my second solution. Okay, here's number 8. It says find the roots. So find the roots is x equals some number. Okay, the AC method, a equals 1, b equals 6, and c equals 9. AC is 1 times 9. We build the b is 6. So 9 and the factors, it becomes 6. So I have 1 and 9. Then I have 3 and 3. These are both positive numbers, so it's 3 plus 3 equals 6. So then we set up our AC method. I have x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. We make groups, x squared plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. We take out the GCF. I have an x here. I have a 3 here. Oh, 3. So those groups match. That's my first group. X plus 3. And the second group matches. X plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so we only need one of them because they both equal 0. So it's x plus 3 equals 0. So minus 3, x equals -3. Another way you could have done this is because you have both of them. I have the exponent of 1. So say I had x plus 3 and x plus 3 equals 0. So then it becomes x plus 3 squared equals 0. So I square root both sides. X plus 3 minus 3, x equals -3. That's the same thing. So it's either solution. So this is method 1. This is method 2. Okay, we have number 9. This is radicals and polynomials first root. So we have two different types of questions in this section. So right here, we're going to solve for x. So I have the square root of x plus 18 minus 2 equals 10, plus 2 plus 2. The square root of x plus 18 equals 12. Now we have to square both sides. So x plus 18 equals 144. And then we're going to solve for x. So minus 18, x equals 126. Okay, let's do number 10. We're solving for m. So -91 plus the square root of -100 m equals -81. We have to get m by itself, so it's plus 91 plus 91. I just bring down this whole thing, so I get the square root of -100 m equals 10. Yeah, that's 10. And then we have to square both sides. So then I get what's underneath here only. So a negative 100, m equals 100. I have to divide both sides by negative 100. M equals 1 over negative 1. M equals negative 1. Okay, number 11. It says write the polynomial of the least degree. So I have x equals 5. X equals negative 8. We're moving this over. So to move it over, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. X minus 5. To move this one over, we're going to add 8 to both sides. X plus 8. Now these two factors get multiplied together. So x minus 5 times x plus 8. X times x squared. X times 8 is plus 8x. Negative 5 times x, negative 5x. Negative 5 times 8, negative 40. So then I say x squared plus 3x minus 40. Okay, this is the last one. You have x plus, or x equals 2, x equals negative 4, x equals 2. So this is minus 2, x minus 2. That's one factor. That's 4 plus 4. That's my second factor. Minus 2, x minus 2 is my last factor. So I have two of these and that. So x minus 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 4. You can take them out of order. So let's do these two first. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 2x times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 2 is positive 4. Let's simplify that. X squared minus 4x plus 4. And then x plus 4. Multiplication. So we go x squared times x is x to the third. X squared plus 4 is 4x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16x. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times 4 is plus 16. So from here, I'm going to collect like terms. Remember, this was a plus. So I have x to the third. These two cancel out. Negative 12x plus 16.